Hello! It is Friday, and therefore it is time for more Minecraft Bingo Weekly Seed Challenges, this week with a twist, so stay tuned for some special instructions. But before we get on to the upcoming week's challenges, let's honor the previous week's winners. The first bingo seed from last week was seed 2320. I should have the scores for everybody on the screen right now. It was a relatively straightforward card, and as the week went on, the times got lower and lower, and by the end of the week, the winner was Radical24. So congratulations, a relatively new player who managed to get a time of 5 minutes and 41 seconds, which was great. The other bingo seed last week was seed 2513, which I thought was going to be a relatively tricky card, but wouldn't you know it, hopefully I've got the scores up on the screen at the top of the leaderboard. Once again, it's Bergasms, who came in with an amazing time of 8 minutes and 25 seconds, so congratulations, Berg. The 25-minute challenge last week was seed 2517, and there were a number of good scores, and then out of nowhere, someone we've seen before, it's No Leaf Clover. Got a score of 22 points, was very fortunate to find a jungle and get a couple other good drops. Nice work. And finally, on the practice seed last week, seed 9988, we had a couple people playing for bingo, and the best time goes to, once again, Dr. Drew 282, with a time of 3 minutes and 35 seconds. So congratulations to all of last week's winners at Minecraft Bingo. Now, on to this week's challenges, and for this week, I would like to do something a little bit different. I would like to give everybody night vision for the week. And so the way this is going to work is if you type T to open up the chat, and then type /effect space @p space 16 space 9999 space 1 space true. That whole command, effect @p 16 9999 1 true, and then hit enter. It says it's giving night vision to your player for 9999 seconds. And you can validate that it's happened by going up on your inventory screen, and you'll see night vision with just kind of an infinite amount of time over here, which will give you night vision forever until you drink some milk, or in case some other command gets rid of all status effects, which actually does happen at the beginning of the game when you start the game and start the seed. And so you're going to need to type this command again right at the beginning of the game. And so the reason that I'm showing it to you in the spawn room is if I hit T to open up the chat once again, and press the up arrow a few times, it'll go back through previous commands that I've run. And so basically, if you run this command just to test it out right before you press the start game button, you can press start game, and then once the game starts and it says start go, you can type T, up arrow, and then hit enter to rerun the command. And so I'll just demonstrate that here right now. I've just run the command in order to validate that it works. Then I would press start game, go through the usual game start sequence, spreading players, dropping from the sky, looking all around. And then right after it says start go, my night vision will have gone away because at the beginning of the game, it clears all status effects as part of the game start sequence. But right then, spawn point set, start go. Okay, I've got no night vision now. T, up arrow, enter. Now I've got night vision again. And now I would go start the game, except for I'll be able to see underwater, I'll be able to see inside all of the caves, even when things are dark, I can take a peek into a dark ravine. If you're making videos for YouTube, all of your viewers will be able to see things just as well as you can, and even better than you can, baby. And so, yeah, I think it basically will change the game a little bit. It'll be very good for video. It'll be challenging on some players because you'll be in caves and seeing everything, but monsters will still be spawning. You may still want to make torches if you're going to go attack a dungeon spawner, for example, in order to light the place up, even though it looks all lit up on your screen. It's not actually lit up. And so there'll be some challenges, but I think it'll be interesting. And so hopefully I've explained the commands. And yeah, if you happen to accidentally drink a milk bucket, which would make your night vision go away, or anything else makes your night vision go away, you can always just run that command again to make sure you've got night vision going the entire time. And yeah, we'll see how that works out just for this week to try something a little bit different. The first seed for this week to play blind for bingo, that is to get 5 in a row, column, or diagonal in as little time as possible, is seed 2603 with the card that's shown here. And I'll be honest, I think this might be the most difficult bingo card I've ever seen. And so if this is your first time playing bingo, I would not start with this card, because this is a very challenging card. But I think that'll be especially interesting for this week. I don't see any row, column, or diagonal that looks at all easy. And yeah, and let's go ahead and check out the spawn point for this card as well. The spawn is also a little bit challenging. There is kind of two different land masses going off in different directions, as well as a little bit of a mushroom biome a little ways away, but you kind of start in the water between them, and so you'll have to pick an initial direction to start heading. The next card to play a blind for bingo this week, trying to get 5 in a row, column, or diagonal, is seed 2605 with the card that's shown here. This one is much easier than the other bingo card. I see a few viable possibilities that look reasonably straightforward. And the spawn point for this one starts you at the corner of a very vanilla-looking continent, and it looks to me like there's something interesting up there. Who knows if it contains anything good? For a 25-minute seed challenge this week, we've got card 2604, which has the bingo card pictured here. The goal of this one is simply to get as many items on this card as you can in 25 minutes. That is until the game time reaches 1500. The spawn point on this card starts you a little ways out in the ocean, so you're going to start out with a little bit of swimming, but the nearest nearby landmass is a jungle, and indeed there are both cookies and watermelons on this card, and so that could actually be a very good start. And finally this week, usually I have a practice seed at the end of the week, but instead I am going to do a second 25-minute blind speed challenge on card 2606. So just like the other 25-minute challenge, the goal is to get as many objects on this card as you can in 25 minutes, playing it blind. And I just wanted to do this for a couple of reasons. One is still not too many people have been playing the practiced rounds, and two, since this is night vision week, I wanted to give people kind of two chances on each of the types of challenges, both the bingo challenge and the 25-minute challenge during night vision week, to try it out. And so I think this one will be a little bit more difficult card than the previous 25-minute challenge. And the spawn point for this one starts you off near a variety of different land masses that have some rather generic forest and hills biomes. So to sum up the special things this week, make sure you type /effect at P1699991true. Test it out in the spawn room just to make sure that it's working and giving you night vision. And then after you start the game and right after it says start go, you can just open up the chat, arrow up back up to the previous command, and hit enter. You can do that really quickly in order to rerun the command, and then you'll have night vision throughout the game. Do that for all 4 of the seeds this week, which are 2 blind bingo challenges and 2 blind 25-minute challenges with no practice seed this week. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I look forward to comparing scores with all of you in this week's night vision edition of Minecraft Bingo. Bye-bye.